The world is a mysterious place full of secrets and hidden wonders. Nothing is quite what it seems.
How did you do that?
I have no idea.
There's got to be some trick to it. It must be like...
Shh, just enjoy the show.
Thank you, but a true artist works from the small to the great. Now I need a volunteer from the audience. Who's game?
Jack?
Yeah.
You, sir. How'd you like to add a little magic to your life?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, it's a setup. It has to
I'm
be.
your man.
Careful he doesn't saw you in half, Mike. We need you for that sausage sizzle.
If he does, you'll be on your own, Chrissy.
Let's give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Nice and snug.
It's very comfy.
Some blokes pay a fortune for this sort of thing. Now, it wouldn't be a magic show without a few magic words, would it? So, here we go. Wham, bam, alakazam.
Like the special effects.
Yeah.
This is every wife's dream, isn't it? To make her husband disappear? Well, where is he? I mean, disappeared in the fifth dimension? Been beamed up to the Starship Enterprise? I think we should bring him back. And ask him. Splish, splash, alakazash. Well, you try making up magic words. Well, you win some, you lose some.
Come on, everybody. Buy up. All proceeds to Red Cross.
Have a beer, please, Chris. Hey, mate. That stuff with the lights, that was fantastic. How'd you do it?
Very well, I thought. Sorry, son, it's a trade secret.
Look, I'm a copper. I'll keep a secret.
Yeah, but the thing is, you know, that secrets, right? They have a bit of a way of just popping up when you least expect it.
Wow.
Now, listen, do us a favour, will you? Rack off and let me have a beer.
Yeah, no worries.
What have you done with my husband?
Isn't he with you?
This is all a joke. It isn't very funny. He's not outside. He's not in the car. You made him disappear. Now bring him back.
I'm sorry, I can't. Don't know where he is.
Well, maybe he's just gone home.
The car's still here, and no one's seen him since he went into that cabinet thing.
You know, it's just a simple trick. I don't really make people disappear.
Maybe he's playing a joke.
Yeah, does he like a practical joke?
That must be it. He loves pranks, doesn't he?
But he wouldn't take it this far.
Look, why don't you just go home and wait for him there?
If he's not back by the morning, you can come down to the station and report him missing.
PJ? Oh, Jesus. What time is it? You've been here all night.
Oh, yeah, just following up some leads.
Anything useful?
Pat's been stirring the pot up a bit in Melbourne.
You haven't been sharing information with him, I hope.
No. Everything I send will go straight to homicide, I promise.
Well, go home and get some sleep.
Morning, all.
Morning.
Oh, I missed a great show last night, boss.
Really? The great Lorenzo?
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, I saw him last year. Did he do the 40-foot pole?
Yeah?
Yeah, what about the little glowing red light out of his...
he did that, yeah.
Did he do the parking meter?
No, he didn't do a parking meter.
Ah, well, you missed a great one there. Oh. Parish, good morning.
Morning, boss.
Morning, Joe.
I went out and watched your present this morning.
Oh, well, what'd you do that for? Thank you very much. That's awesome.
Now you won't have to keep going on about how they do the tricks.
I used to have a book just like that. I've probably still got it somewhere.
Aren't you into magic?
Yeah, oh, I'm full of surprises, Pat.
Here's that one he did with the coin last night.
Yeah.
See, it's pretty easy. I've got one here. There you go.
Excuse me, Mr. Copperfield. We've got a customer. Can I help you, Annette?
I've come to report a missing person. You know what he's like, Tom. Mike wouldn't just disappear without a word.
Well, it does seem unlikely, but we usually wait at least 24 hours unless there are unusual circumstances.
He disappeared in front of half the town.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll turn up. Yeah, Constable Lawson will take the details.
All right. And can you think of any reason why your husband might want to disappear?
Of course not.
No arguments, no family troubles?
We have the occasional argument. Who doesn't? But nothing serious, and we certainly haven't argued lately.
Right, he's never done anything like this before?
No, never.
Could he be at work?
I rang Hornbraes. He's not there. Lately, he's had to work a few weekends leading up to a big sale of horses, but that sale went ahead yesterday.
And there's nothing else? No money problems? And you've checked with family and friends?
Nobody's seen him. He's just vanished. He's not the sort of man to just take off without a word. Please, find him.
We'll do our best.
So why would a happy family man just disappear?
People disappear all the time, just up stakes and start again. It's not a crime.
Maybe he wasn't so happy.
Well, do you reckon his wife would have known if he wasn't?
Or maybe she didn't see the signs. I mean, I had no idea that Rachel wanted out of our marriage until it was far too late.
They say the woman's always the last to know.
Maybe he just didn't have the guts to tell her.
Look, it sounds like he's just shot through. End of story.
Mike always seemed pretty level-headed to me. I mean, if he was going to do a runner on his family, why choose such an elaborate way to go about it?
No, he didn't choose. The magician chose him.
Really? Well, perhaps you'd better go and have a talk to our famous magician.
No, I'll take that.
It's hardly a CI matter at this stage. I'm sure Jack can handle it.
I'd just like to keep busy.
You don't say.
Jack doesn't mind me tagging along, do you, Jack?
No.
I'll give you a couple of tips. Detective work.
Well, if that's what you really want.
I love magicians.
Yeah, off you go then. And Lawson, don't disappear.
That bloke last night, he didn't volunteer. You chose him on purpose.
Yeah, so?
Do you usually choose your victims?
Well, last night was a bit different. You know, the bloke called me a couple of days ago. Well, must have seen a poster.
What, so Michael Harding approached you?
Yeah, that's right. Said he was a bit of a magic buff, you know. Thought it might be a bit of a laugh.
Well, why didn't you tell his wife about it last night?
Things didn't go according to plan.
Right.
See, he was supposed to wait around backstage. 20 minutes, that's all.
And then he was going to reappear, was he?
Yeah, while I was doing the finale, he was going to come back on, you know, do some sort of lame gag about, you know, being abducted by aliens, that sort of thing. Take a bow. I mean, what did I care? As long as I got my money.
What, so he was going to pay you?
Well, he was supposed to give me $200.
Right. Well, you're going to have to walk us through the trick.
No, I can't do that.
What?
Well, we swear not to tell people how the illusion's created.
I can keep a secret.
Well, that's what I said, mate.
But I've told you everything I know.
I know, but his wife has reportedly missing, so it's police business.
But that's got nothing to do with me.
I know,
Hey, don't touch that.
Hey, it's so simple, PJ. Just a swiveling thing.
Give us a hand
You
up.
press the
Hey,
button up. Yeah. It's so simple. You never would have guessed
So
it.
how do these straps work?
They're quick release.
Uh-huh. All right, can you show me how this contraption works?
You ready?
Slowly.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
So, now you know how it works.
Secret safe. Hey, presto! It's the old disappear out the window trick. No doubt about it. Harding planned to disappear. There were fresh footprints under the window.
A pretty bizarre way to do it.
I mean, if he was sick of the marriage and the job, why not just jump in his car and disappear into the sunset?
Maybe that was too easy for him. More fun to keep everyone guessing.
No, Mike's not like that. He was always so responsible, always the first to muck in when someone needed help.
Oh, well, maybe you didn't know him as well as you thought, boss.
Maybe.
Look, I agree. The circumstances are extremely odd, but it seems like the guy went on his own free will. I mean, I'm sorry, there's nothing to investigate.
Well, Annette's going to need to be told we're not pursuing inquiries.
I can do that, boss.
It's not going to be a pleasant job.
Yeah, I can handle it.
I'll go with you.
him yet?
No, not yet. This is Senior Detective Hasham.
Hi, Mrs. Harding. Nice to meet you.
Well, at least it's not bad news. Is it?
Mrs. Harding, it seems that your husband has intentionally disappeared.
But he wouldn't just leave without a word.
We've spoken to the magician. He's...
What about Dad?
Inside, darling. I just need to talk to the police. I'll be in a minute. Everything's going to be all right.
You see, apparently your husband arranged with the magician to be chosen for the disappearing act.
No, why would he do that?
Well, we found the window that he climbed out of.
I don't understand.
Well, it suggests that he planned to disappear.
But that's not possible. Mike just wouldn't leave us like that.
I'm afraid that's what he seems to have done.
Why would he leave without his credit cards and checkbook?
He didn't take them with him?
He left his jacket with me when he went on stage, and they're still in the inside pocket with his wallet.
Well, he couldn't get very far without money.
Something must have happened to him.
Lawrence Fletcher, known as the Great Lorenzo. See what's known? I thought there was nothing to investigate. It's worth checking out. I mean, the guy's a magician. He cuts people up for a living. I'll see what I can find. All right, Jack. What do you got?
Ah, right. Harding left without his car. He didn't pack a thing, and now we find out he didn't take any money with him.
Suicide?
I wouldn't have thought he was the type.
You never can tell. It'd be worth searching the bushland that backs onto the hall.
Yeah, all right, Parrish, go with Lawson and have a look around.
There's nothing but swampy bush out there.
You'd better take your gumboots.
I don't get it. If he was planning on suicide, then why tell the magician that he'd be back in 20 minutes?
If he was planning suicide, he'd hardly tell him the truth, would he?
I don't know, boss. I mean, when he got up on stage, he didn't look like someone who's about to commit suicide.
I hope you're right.
Here we go. Looks like our magician has form.
Look, we only ever took small change. 50, $100 tops. Then we put the wallet back so they wouldn't notice.
So that makes it all right, doesn't it?
Did you fleece Mike Harding?
I told you everything I know about that.
What happened? Or did he catch you out?
Look, I didn't touch him. I was in front of the audience the whole time. How could I?
Come on, Laurie, it wouldn't be that hard to set up a partner backstage.
I work alone now.
Only Mike wasn't carrying a wallet, so maybe he started to kick up a fuss.
Look, the audience would have heard something.
Maybe he was knocked out, maybe even worse.
His dream.
Now, it would have been too difficult to take him out the front, so you would have had to take him out the back window.
I didn't do it.
Ben.
Yep. So, what are we going to do with the great Lorenzo?
A deal worth $200. I mean, it's hardly worth having the blows over, is it?
You want to let him go?
We've got nothing to hold him on. Ask some Davids to keep a lookout for Harding, will you?
Yeah, okay.
Anything?
Just mud and trees.
So where does that leave us exactly?
This is with why Mike Harding staged his own disappearance.
Or did he meet with foul play?
It'd help if we had some idea of what he might have been running away from. I mean, he had a good job, good marriage.
His wife said there were no money problems.
She knows about it.
Where did he work again?
Hornbrae's stock and station.
Darren Aiken.
Yes?
I'm Senior Detective Hasham. This is Constable Jack Lawson.
Thanks for meeting us down here.
What's so urgent?
We'd just like to ask you some questions about Mike Harding.
Mr. Harding? Why, what's wrong? Something happened?
He's gone missing.
We'd just like to have a look at his desk. It might give us some indication where he's gone.
Oh, yeah, sure.
When was the last time you saw Mr. Harding?
Yesterday we had a big horse sale and he stayed back late to tally up the takings.
They thoroughbreds, were they?
Most of them, yes.
Oh, so there'd be quite a bit of money involved.
Well, I don't remember the exact figure, but well over 100,000. Oh, my God.
Just stand back, thanks, Sharon.
Better call it in, mate.
Thomas 508 Portable to VKC. Attending a cold berg at Hornbrae Stock and Station. Looks like the safe's been blown. Request
Crime scene and fingerprints.
crime scene and fingerprints.
Received 508, your service is on the way.
Received.
9:31 p.m.
Any cash?
Not a scary.
Looks like we found his reason for disappearing.
Hey, Sharon, how much money was in the safe?
Mr. Harding counted it up, but the final figures will be in here. 81,000 in cash, another 145,000 in cheques.
Ooh, it's a lot of cash to have on hand.
Well, we do after a big bloodstock sale, yes.
It's a lot of money to be leaving in an office safe.
What time did Michael Harding leave yesterday?
I left about 6. He said he was only going to be another few minutes.
And did you actually see him lock the money in the safe?
Yes.
Any other staff here?
No, we were the last.
And who has the combination?
Just Mr. Harding.
Well, at least now we know why Harding shot through it.
Except that it's totally out of character. And why would he blow the safe when he knows the combination?
True. Well, the timer on the safe stopped at 9:31 last night.
That's when he was up on stage at the magic show.
Very clever. Gives him the perfect alibi.
Which means he must have had an accomplice to buy the safe.
But why set up such an elaborate alibi if you're just going to head straight for the hills?
Maybe the accomplice double-crossed him.
Have you got any leads as to who this mysterious accomplice might be?
Well, it's not the wife. She was at the magic show too.
Ben, get onto the disc office at St David's. Will you get him to check any locals with priors for safe jobs?
Will do.
Hey, Benny.
Yep.
What's the story with his finances?
Well, the wife's not too sure about the mortgage, but she showed me the bank statements and they didn't look too healthy to me.
Oh, neither are mine, but I'm not about to blow a safe.
Look, this just doesn't make sense. He's one of the top men at Hornbrays. He'd have to be on a decent salary. Where's the money gone?
Maybe he had another account somewhere.
Well, that'd explain why he didn't take any cash or credit cards with him.
So someone's going to have to tell Mrs. Harding her husband's a thief.
No, not until we make some more inquiries. Come on, Jack. We'll do that.
I've already told the other officer. Mike looks after all the money. He would have told me if there were problems.
Right, but do you think that Mike might have needed any extra cash at all?
No, why?
Did he like to have a flutter on the horses?
Working around horses is his job, not his hobby. He always says that hunting is a mug's game.
Well, did he have any extra expenses, extravagances?
No. What's this about?
And the safe at Hornbrays was blown and over $80,000 was stolen.
And you think Mike did it?
It may explain why he'd want to stage his own disappearance.
No. Mike would never do something like that, and he would never leave me and Annie.
No, I understand that, but people under pressure, they're going to surprise her.
He's the most honest, decent man I've ever known. Please, Detective Hasham, you've got to prove that he didn't do this. That he's a good man.
How could he be married to someone for so long and not even know what they're up to?
Happens all the time, Jacko.
So what do we do now?
Well, you're the trainee detective. You tell me.
Oh, no, I'm not a trainee detective. Stuff's for the birds. I'm happy being a Connie.
What are you talking about? You're doing a great job.
Oh, thanks. So we're still going to work on the case together then?
Absolutely. You know, the most important thing about being a really good detective is you never sit on your bum when there are leads to follow up.
Crime scene reports. Hey, Ben, any word from crime scene on that safe?
Reports due sometime this morning, I believe.
Facts in the bank, Jack.
At ease, Constable.
Okay. Hey, you were right about him having another credit card account?
Yeah, and all the statements are set to his work.
Well, he's spending up big.
Yeah, restaurants, boutiques, the Coach House Motel and St David's. Interesting. Right, let's go and have a chat to the manager.
Yep, okay.
See who Harding's been playing around with. There you go, Jacko.
It's magic.
Well, you've just spoken to the manager of the Coach House Motel, and he tells us that Mike Harding had a regular rendezvous with a woman that matches your description.
A rendezvous. That's a quaint way to put it.
How long had you two been having the affair?
I haven't said we were having an affair.
Sharon, we've got a very accurate description of you, and I'm sure there's plenty of people in St David's that can confirm seeing the two of you together.
Well, what if they can? Surely my morality is out of your jurisdiction.
We're trying to find him.
Ugh, I don't know where he is. I wish I did. I've been worried sick.
Has Mike said anything to you recently about plans to leave Mount Thomas?
No.
Are you going to meet up with him somewhere?
No, I told you I don't know where he is. When you came to tell me he was missing yesterday, I was frantic.
Yeah, you did a pretty good job of covering it.
Oh, well, what was I supposed to do? Fall apart in front of you? That would have been a dead giveaway.
Is there anything you're not telling us?
No, I've told you everything I know.
Oh, come on, Sharon. $81,000? That's plenty of money to start a new life together.
You think Mike stole that money?
No, not on his own.
That's ridiculous. I don't have to listen to this.
Do you mind telling us where you were on Saturday night?
I was in Melbourne staying with my sister. I took the 6:30 train.
Right, we're going to need a contact number.
Of course. Now, I've got a lot of work to do. If Mike does get in contact with me, I'll tell him you're looking for him.
If Sharon Aitken is the accomplice, how come she didn't shoot through as well?
Maybe she wasn't invited. Harding could have used this as an opportunity to break it off with her as well.
Or maybe she's covering for him and they'll meet up later.
Does her alibi check out?
Well, the sister's not answering the phone and Joe's checking the station to see whether Sharon actually got on the train.
Are we looking at anyone else?
The only other obvious contender is the wife.
Who was at the magic show when the safe was blown?
What if Annette found out about the affair? Is she the jealous type?
Well, what are you suggesting? That you organised for someone to whack him over the head during the magic act?
It'd be worthwhile sounding her out, see if she did know about the affair.
I don't understand.
Well, it looks like he had another credit card. One that he used for entertaining.
Oh.
Seems he's having an affair.
No, that's not possible. Mike wouldn't do something like that. You're saying there is another woman? Who is she?
We're not at liberty to say, Mrs. Harding.
Sorry, have you got a moment?
No, I'm just busy at the moment, Joe.
It's important. Look, sorry, but I thought it might be relevant. I've just been on the phone to Alliance Insurance. Mike Harding's life is insured for $1.2 million.
And the wife is a sole beneficiary, right?
Got it in one.
How much?
Well, that would make you a comfortable widow.
Are you accusing me? Mike handled that sort of thing. I knew he had insurance. He wanted to make sure that Danny and I would be secure if anything happened to him.
Are you saying to me that you had no idea that he'd taken out that bunch of insurance? No. Okay.
When did he take out the policy?
It was about 18 months ago.
Maybe he had a guilty conscience. I thought I knew him. No secrets, we always said. And he's lied and lied. I didn't know him at all. What else hasn't he told me?
Sorry, again.
I'll be 1 second, okay? 1 second. Timing, Joe?
I thought you'd want to know. I just took a call from a kid who reckons he's seen a body floating in the weir near Swampy Creek.
So every new bit of information has to fit into your theory, right?
Yep.
So what does a body in the water tell you?
That he committed suicide.
Why?
Because he felt guilty about the affair?
Anything else that supports that theory?
Yeah, the insurance. He dies knowing that his wife gets a major payout.
Anything else?
Well, it might not be his body. It might be his accomplice or something. He maybe didn't want to leave any loose ends. I was supposed to be round here somewhere.
There it is.
How are we going to get him out?
We? This looks like a uniform matter to me.
Soggy banknotes.
Well, that lot comes to about $40,000.
Which it would be reasonable to assume makes it a half share of the Hornbray job.
Whose share?
Why would Harding leave without it, though? Doesn't make sense.
A lot of his recent behaviour doesn't make sense, not to me anyway.
Maybe it was the accomplices.
All right, then what's it doing in the weir?
Whoever blew the safe would have to have inside information that there's that amount of cash involved. And who would have that inside information?
When the sale's on the weekend, we keep the takings in the safe till Monday.
How many people knew that?
I've no idea. We didn't publicise it, if that's what you're asking.
So, Sharon, you left Hornbray's at what time?
About 6.
Right, and then you took the train to Melbourne, you went to your sister's house, and you had dinner with a group of friends.
Yes, we've been through all this.
Is this spur of the moment sort of thing?
No, I decided a few weeks ago.
It's just that your sister actually said she hadn't seen you for almost a year.
You're going to arrest me for that?
No, it's just strange that you chose this particular night.
If you're going to accuse me of something, why don't you just come out and say it?
Fine. Did you break into the safe at Hornbray's?
How could I? I was in Melbourne.
Did you tell anyone else about the amount of money in the safe?
No.
Crime scene reports in. No prints on the safe, and it looks like the explosive used was power gel.
Would you want me to get onto the mines and see if they're missing any?
Yeah, good idea. What do disc golfers have to say about safe crackers?
Ah, that there's about 3 in the whole state, and they're all accounted for.
Oh. Says the amount of power gel used was excessive to blow the safe.
So that means it was done by an amateur?
Hey, boss. That payroll job down at the mine, what was that?
Oh, Cliff White. Be 15 years ago now.
Yeah, I heard it was a real botch job. Didn't he blow half the truck away?
It was a hell of a mess. Thank God nobody got hurt. Blocked the highway for hours. He knocked himself out. We found him unconscious at the scene. He ended up half deaf because of it.
Is he still in the bin?
No, he got out about 8 or 9 years ago.
Saturday night, I tried one on. I had a steak and a fair few drinks at the steam packet. You been there?
Yeah, just the once.
I'm a regular. Julie, that's a barmaid. She would have seen me there.
Then what?
Well, I had a few drinks and I had a few more drinks. It's about all I do with me time these days on a Saturday night. I had a few too many, actually. I had to stay the night.
You stayed at the steam packet?
I reckon I might have a receipt here somewhere.
Do you know why we asked you here, Cliff?
I thought it'd be to have a sociable chat.
No, actually, Cliff, the safe was done on Saturday night.
Safe? What's that got to do with me?
Well, it's just that there's a few similarities with this safe and what was left of that payroll truck.
Oh, come on. That truck was a one-off. I'm retired. I'd done me time and I've been living a quiet life ever since.
What did you use to blow the truck?
Nitro.
Now you've graduated to power gel.
What?
Power gel.
No, I don't know anything about the explosives they use these days.
Do you know Mike Harding?
Can't say I heard the name.
Sharon Aiken?
No, it doesn't ring a bell, sorry.
Okay, thanks for that. Bye-bye. That was Julie from the steam packet. She says Cliff was there on Saturday night. Had a few too many beers, went upstairs, hit the hay at about 11.
Just him and the cockroaches, eh?
Yeah, well, he had the telly up so loud she had to go up and tell him to turn it down a few times.
This case has got more alibis than suspects. I mean, we have a man who seems to have disappeared off the face of the earth, who seems to be involved in the theft of a great deal of money, half of which seems to have turned up in the creek. So where the hell are we?
Look, that was Hornbray's. Looks like Sharon Aitken might have done a runner.
She made a phone call just before she went out. She was furious.
Did you hear her mention a name?
No, but whoever it was copped an earful, and then she just stood up and walked out.
Any idea where she was headed?
Christine, is this the desk?
Yes.
Has she been out in the yards today?
No, you wouldn't get Sharon out there.
Did she go out anywhere else?
She did, as a matter of fact. She took a long lunch.
Has anyone used her phone since Sharon left?
Not that I know of.
Hello, you've rung Cliff, but I must be out. Leave us a message and I'll call you back. Remember to speak up, because I'm a bit deaf.
Now we've got a connection between Sharon and Cliff White.
And Sharon is missing.
Do you reckon she's done a run for it?
Well, it's not what I think, Lawson. You're the trainee detective. What do you think?
All right, maybe she's gone to meet with Mike.
And why leave suddenly? And why leave after a heated discussion with Cliff?
Maybe he's double-crossed her.
Hang on. What about the mud?
Mud. All right, she goes for a long lunch. She comes back covered in mud. She has an argument with Cliff on the phone, and then she leaves. She's looking for the money down behind the hall.
We'll make a detective out of you yet, Lawson. You got $40,000 in your kick. It's a rainy night. Where would you stash it?
In the bank.
Which bank?
The Creek Bank. She okay?
She's taken a fair whack, but she'll live.
How's Sharon Aiken?
Still patching her up. Is she talking?
She was pretty out of it, boss.
What do you reckon, PJ?
Well, I reckon that Sharon and Cliff have had a bit of a fight over the proceeds and he's just biffed her one.
Cliff not turned up yet?
No, we checked his place and the steam packet. No luck, so D24 are keeping a lookout.
Right.
One thing I can't understand is how would somebody like Sharon get mixed up with somebody like Cliff?
Yeah, it's not like she's going to look up safe crackers in the yellow pages, is it?
I've got Cliff here on leap. Under known associates, there's a Graham Aitken.
You don't say.
They did time in Pentridge together.
Hang on. That last known address. It matches the sister, Sharon Aiken's sister in Melbourne.
PJ, the hospital for you.
Yep. What's your connection with Cliff White?
I've no idea what you're talking about.
We know that your uncle did a stretch with him.
So?
I suggest to you that you employed Mr. White to blow the safe so that you and Mike could run away with the proceeds.
I think you have an overactive imagination.
We also know that you rang him from your work.
All right, I know Cliff. I went to talk to him. Things got heated.
What did you talk to him about?
Mike's disappearance. I thought he might know something. That's why I rang him.
Why would he know something?
Well, first there's a break-in, then Mike goes missing. Isn't it obvious?
Not to me. Why don't you clear it up?
Look, I've known Cliff for years. He's an old friend of the family. I may have inadvertently mentioned something about the money in the safe.
And you think he came out of retirement after all these years to pull this job off his own bat?
Well, when I heard Mike was missing, I thought the worst. Maybe they were in it together.
Go on.
Well, Cliff could have threatened Mike. You saw what he did to me.
But if Cliff attacked Mike, why didn't he take his share of the money?
$40,000 was found in the weir just near Swampy Creek.
Well, that's what you're looking for, wasn't it?
I don't know what you mean. I told you, this must have been Cliff's idea. He's done something to Mike. I know he has.
She's covering for Harding.
I have no idea why she bothered. It looks like Harding has skipped town and left her with this mess.
You think all three of them went it together?
Yeah, that's the most likely theory.
So what do you suggest we do?
We put out a vehicle whereabouts on Cliff's car and call the steam packet, talk to them, double-check his alibi.
Go and do it.
Thanks, mate. That's great. Okay, bye-bye. That was Barry, barman at the steam packet, who was there on Saturday night.
With Jilly?
No, Jilly was in and out, but he was there all night and he remembers seeing Cliff. But he reckons Cliff was gone for about an hour, hour and a half, between 9 and about 20 past 10-ish.
Great.
Yeah, well, that's when he made a whole lot of noise before going up to bed.
Right, so that gives Cliff plenty of time to blow the safe, right? Get back to the pub, make plenty of noise, so he's remembered. Good work.
Well, some conscientious young constable took notice of your vehicle whereabouts, Jack. Cliff White's just been nabbed for speeding on the road to Bendigo.
What's that?
You heard me. Some detonators, a couple of bars of power gel were sold to a bloke at a steam packet hotel.
Well, it's a popular pub. They get some dodgy types there, but...
Really? Well, the boys in the Armed Offenders Squad are going to want to have a chat with you.
I'm always up for a chat.
So, why don't you tell me what you were doing on Saturday night?
Already told you I was at the steam packet.
No one saw you there between 9 and 10:20.
Well, that's where I was. Well, that joint was pretty crowded. It'd be hard to notice anyone.
What happened to Mike Harding?
Mike?
Michael Harding, your accomplice.
Never heard of him, sorry.
Well, according to Sharon Aiken, she thinks that you've got something to do with his disappearance.
Sharon?
Aiken, friend of the family, you thumped her.
Hey, I never thumped anyone. What do you think I am?
But you do know her.
What were you doing down near Swampy Creek, mate?
Who said I was there?
Oh, come on. Just turn it up, Cliff. Your alibi doesn't stand up, OK? You've been ID'd by the bloke that sold you the stuff.
And that gel is going to match the stuff used at the Hornbrae safe. And what else do you want?
Oh, I never hurt anyone. I never even met this Mike bloke.
Hmm.
Yeah, all right, I done the job on the safe. And I dropped the money off in the log like I was told.
Who told you, Cliff?
Easy money, she said. Yeah. All I wanted is a nice, quiet retirement.
It's Cliff White's share from the safe job.
Where was it?
It was under his house. We would have found it, but he led us straight to it.
Yeah, you see, Cliff wanted to make a good impression with the judge.
Oh, God, he's not going to make any impression at all if he actually knocked off Mike Harding.
Well, that's the thing. He reckons he never even met Harding.
And you believe him?
Nothing's come up to say otherwise.
But you see, the whole thing was organised by Sharon. Cliff did the safe and took Harding's share of the money to a hollow log near Swampy Creek.
Oh, I didn't explain it. The whole creek was in flood. No wonder the bag got washed away.
Oh, it must have been a hell of a shock.
So did he panic and leave town, or was he still out there in the bush wandering around looking for his share of the loot?
Well, that's the most direct route from the back of the hall to the drop-off point. It took about 18 minutes.
But Harding wanted to get here and back to the stage in 20 minutes.
No, it's not possible. There's no way he could have done it.
Well, maybe he didn't come here. I mean, it was a rainy night. He might have panicked. Going to pick up the money the next day.
Hang on a sec. There's this stormwater drain thing here. It runs from the back of the Mechanics Institute all the way down to the creek just down there. Just under a K. He could have done that in under 20 minutes. What do you reckon?
After you.
All right. You coming?
No, get back! What? You try that one more time, horse, and you're dead meat. So how long have we been travelling, Jacko?
About 6 minutes.
6 minutes? It's doable, isn't it?
Yeah, if we don't get lost.
What?
PJ.
I was going through Mike's things in the study at home. I wanted to find something to prove you wrong. Instead, I found these. They're letters from Sharon. If they can help in your investigation, I'd like you to have them.
But we don't need them anymore.
They're beautiful letters, you know. The poetry in the words, the feelings behind them. I could never write anything like that. Thank you for all you've done.
Oh, I just wish I could have done more.
You think when you love someone, you know all about them. You think you can tell if they're happy or sad or lying. But you can't ever get inside someone's head, can you? Then they're gone, and you never get a chance to find out. Could I have said or done anything that would have made a difference?
At least you know the truth now.
If he just told me he was leaving me, I could have come to terms with it.
Mrs. Harding.
Sharon.
Come on, Miss Aiken, we have to get you to the station.
Wait. I want you to have these.
Thank you.
We're ready for you now, Mrs. Harding.
Will you come in with me?
Of course.
I'll be identifying a stranger.
PJ.
Hey, Jacko, what are you doing here?
Thought you might like a coffee.
You're a good man, Lawson.
Would you, like a biscuit with that? But I see Sir has one already.
How did you do that?
Trade secret, mate.
All right, well, do me a favour. Get rid of all this paperwork like that, will you? Do me a favour.
Mount Thomas Police Constable Lawson speaking. G'day, Pat. How you doing? Yeah, put him on. Pat Doyle.
G'day, Pat. Good, that's fantastic.
The world is a mysterious place full of secrets and hidden wonders. Nothing is quite what it seems.
How did you do that?
I have no idea.
There's got to be some trick to it. It must be like...
Just enjoy the show.
Thank you, but a true artist works from the small to the great. Now I need a volunteer from the audience. Who's game?
Jack?
Yeah. You, sir. How'd you like to add a little magic to your life?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, it's a setup. It has to
I'm
be.
your man.
Careful he doesn't saw you in half, Mike. We need you for that sausage sizzle.
If he does, you'll be on your own, Chrissy.
Let's give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Nice and snug.
It's very comfy.
Some blokes pay a fortune for this sort of thing. Now, it wouldn't be a magic show without a few magic words, would it? So, here we go. Wham, bam, alakazam.
Like the special effects.
Yeah.
This is every wife's dream, isn't it? To make her husband disappear? Well, where is he? I mean, disappeared in the fifth dimension? Been beamed up to the Starship Enterprise? I think we should bring him back. And ask him. Splish, splash, alakazash. Well, you try making up magic words. Well, you win some, you lose some.
Come on, everybody, buy up. All proceeds to Red Cross.
Have a beer, please, Chris. Hey, mate. That stuff with the lights, that was fantastic. How'd you do it?
Very well, I thought. Sorry, son, it's a trade secret.
Look, I'm a cop, right? I'll keep a secret.
Yeah, but the thing is, you know, that secrets, right? They have a bit of a way of just popping up when you least expect it.
Wow.
Now, listen, do us a favour, will you? Rack off and let me have a beer.
Yeah, no worries.
What have you done with my husband?
Isn't he with you?
This is all a joke. It isn't very funny. He's not outside. He's not in the car. You made him disappear. Now bring him back.
I'm sorry, I can't. Don't know where he is.
Well, maybe he's just gone home.
The car's still here, and no one's seen him since he went into that cabinet thing.
You know, it's just a simple trick. I don't really make people disappear.
Maybe he's playing a joke.
Yeah, does he like a practical joke?
That must be it. He loves pranks, doesn't he?
But he wouldn't take it this far.
Look, why don't you just go home and wait for him there?
If he's not back by the morning, you can come down to the station and report him missing.